Hey guys, well, today I got another bad news story for you. I'm gonna tell you about a time when I was just coming home from doing a 6-year bid in the feds. I was released from McKean. From McKean, I went down to the state, had to finish up over there. Now, when I first came home, I was on 2 supervised release. I was on state parole and I was on federal parole. This was in 1998. November of 1998, I came home. So I came home November. Fabrizio Di Francisci got straightened out in September or October. I think it was a month before I came home. Now, the story about me with the Luccheses was, after they killed Paulie G, I was not comfortable with Joe Bonanno and Anthony Spero anymore. You know, obviously they used us. Anthony Spero used Paulie G to kill Vincent Bickelman. He used all of us as young kids. And these guys, throughout the course of their lifetime, also were used by older guys when they were young. This is what the mob is about. The mob is about grooming young kids to become wise guys, to become clever, smart like them. And eventually you become a member in the family. This is what it's all about. So getting back to Fabrizio, now I became very close with Manny Madonna. I was on good terms with Mike DeSantis. I know him since I was a kid through family. And I met a lot of wise guys throughout the course of my life. And every wise guy I met, I was always polite to them. I was always kind, because that's the nature of me, the way I was growing up. Always be good to a wise guy. If he's a scumbag, you stay away from him, you know? So when I came home in November, Fabrizio got straightened out in October. The thing was, see, Joe Bonanno and Spero spoke to Manny Madonna. After they killed Paulie G, I spoke to Manny Madonna. I told him I'm not comfortable with them no more. I explained to him about my friend. He said, Jimmy, he says, you know what, when I get home, I'm going to take care of it. He reached out to Spero, sat down with him and Joe Bonanno, and they went like this, you know what, you can keep him, meaning me. Now I was on record with the Luccheses. And, you know, in my neighborhood, when you're with a family and you're not happy with them no more, you need someone else to pull you and put you on record with their family and their crew. So that's what Manny Madonna did. So eventually, I was supposed to get straightened out. 100%, I was supposed to get straightened out. Now, at this time, when I first came home, I went to Russo's on the Bay. I was on good terms with Gene Gotti. He got me the hall. I sat down with the people over there. Those people from Russo's on the Bay, they are on record with Gene Gotti. Those are Gene Gotti's people. So I sat down with them. I got the hall. And me and my ex-girlfriend, Lori, we were going to get married there. Until I got indicted 11 months later as I'm in the street. Fabrizio straightened out. I have a conversation with Fabrizio. We spoke. Fabrizio said, Jimmy, when they released you to the Luccheses, I was so mad. I said, Fabrizio, what's the difference whether I'm here or there? But in my book, when it is released, you will hear about all my stories of my friends growing up, the reason why things happen. You know, look, Paulie G was a very good friend growing up, 100%. He was the type of guy that if you had a problem, he would help you with it. Even if you had to kill somebody, he would help you with it. And he would not kill his friends. That's 100%. Now, not to go all over the place with this, but, you know, Paulie G had a problem. His thing was that he didn't understand that you have to listen to these wise guys on the street. If you don't listen to them, then eventually you're gonna have a problem. And that was his weakness. He always had a reaction without just, don't give no one a reaction, be kind to people, kill them with kindness. He didn't know how to do that, Paulie G. Paulie G wore his reputation on his sleeve. And he was always looking to hurt somebody. And this is the thing too. When he had the beef with the Bay Parkway kids, he beat up a few of them in that Vegas diner that day. The kid Calabro was there, little Dino was there, a couple other of his friends were there, and these guys were wise guys. I mean, they were made with the Bonanno Crime Family. And this is where the beef occurred, okay? These guys put a beef on Paulie G through Anthony Spero, stating that this kid was not a made guy, meaning Paulie G, and he's looking to hurt us, meaning the Colombo kids. They're all made guys, and the thing is, you can't raise your hands to a wise guy. That's just something you can't do. No matter how much you don't like that person, no matter if that person killed your friend, you can't raise your hands to a wise guy. And the Colombo crew, these Colombo kids, the Bay Parkway kids, they all straightened out. Alley Boy Persico straightened them all out. They all did a piece of work. They were all involved in a couple murders. They all were involved in killing their best friends. And this is what that life is. So Paulie G right there was stigmatized as not being respectful towards them. And they made that complaint to Anthony Spero. And when they made that complaint to Anthony Spero, and Anthony Spero went to go tell Paulie G and sit down with Paulie G and tell him, Paulie G, you got to calm down, you got to relax. You can't raise your hands to these kids because they're wise guys. But Paulie G didn't want to hear that. Paulie G said, you know what? I'm with you. I did this piece of work for you. You're supposed to stand up for me and protect me. And that's when Spero told him, Paulie, enough said. I told you what I told you. You cannot raise your hands to these kids. And this is when Paulie G pushed Anthony Spero. And that's when Paulie G created his own death sentence. And that's when Tommy Reynolds and Joey Calco went to the house later on. Joe Benanti told them, Paulie's got to go. And that's when they had to get rid of Paulie. Now, Tommy Reynolds really didn't like Paulie G after a while. They have their own reasons, But, in that life, I can tell you that eventually your childhood friends that you grow up with, they're not going to be your friend anymore because everyone wants that button. Say, for example, Fabrizio gets made first, okay? Now, he's not going to be your equal no more because he's a wise guy. So when he looks at you, he's not going to look at you as a wise guy unless you become a wise guy and you get made with another family. So there's a lot of politics involved in being a wise guy and being made. Of course, you got the 5 families, If you're good with one of the families and you're good with one of the bosses, underbosses, right away they could put you up and you become a wise guy. If you got a lot of money, that's another way to get straightened out. But the thing is, to me, in all honesty, I think it's very funny in a way where another guy has to make another guy. Thank God I made the decision I made for the fact of, if I never made the decision to cooperate, I wouldn't have my children. I would never, ever have fell down on my face and get back up and having my family there helping me and talking to me and say, Jimmy, forget about this life. I had a great support system. And looking back on my life, all the trials and tribulations I've been through, I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of people I love. And in the course of time, we are going to lose people that we care about. But make sure you spend time with those people, because I wish I could sit with my mother again, my father again. And when I say I'm all over the place, I talk about a whole bunch of other things. But that was a quick Bet Avenue for you. I love you all. Thank you for listening. I hope you like this video. Share, subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing a live soon. I got a new guest coming on. He's pretty cool. You're gonna like him. With that said, everyone have a great Wednesday. I'll see you guys on my next video. Love you guys. Bye, guys.